Is it now time to buy the dip? What's going on, team? It's Ricky here with Typewriter Solutions. Want to show you a quick little market update. I'm going to share with you a plan that I'm putting into place. Please understand that I make this video not for you to copy me, but just for you to understand my thought process behind a trade. This is something that I do every single day live with my Learn Plan Profit group. And if you would not just like to see it in a recap video, but you would like to see it every single day in real time, again, I encourage you to take 2 minutes, click the second link in the description, learn a little bit more about my Learn Plan Profit group, and see if it's a good fit for you. So I want to explain to you why I'm beginning to swing trade TQQQ. Again, I know that I'm early. I know that the market was still selling off today. This is why I only have a $20,000 position size in TQQQ. So I have a $20,000 market value position size. I'm up a little bit over $200. It's honestly a very light day. I actually had a larger position size in TQQ, but then I had to reduce it obviously because it's still too early. And that's one of the things that I want to touch on, where you could want to enter a position and it could be risky because the stock might still be selling off, but it doesn't mean that you have to go all in, right? And I've made this mistake more times than you have, and I can guarantee you that. The idea is to go with enough money for you to follow up with it and take it seriously when you think that it's at a good price point, right? Let me explain to you why. Again, I do not need you to agree with me. If you want to short the market, short it. If you want to trade against me, do it. I'm not here to convince you. I'm just simply sharing my thought process, and you can let me know in the comment section if you prefer these kind of videos where I actually share the thought process behind the trade. So one of the things that I want to show you is based off of previous patterns. Again, patterns tend to repeat themselves. They don't always have to. I'm well aware of that. Around 1750 tends to be a very oversold level for TQQQ. If we look at the actual NASDAQ ETF, which is a 1-for-1, we could see that we have a little bit more to drop, which is right around 259, 260 is a common support range. Right now we're trading right around that 269, 270 area, right? So let's understand that. The market has sold off enough that, you guys remember we talked about that resistance level on QQQ, which is the NASDAQ ETF, right around 295. I made numerous videos of like, hey, we have not been able to break above this for a couple of weeks. Be aware of it, right? I was bullish. I wanted the market to go up, but I understood one thing, and that was that if we are not able to break above this resistance level, instead of trying to hope and crossing my fingers, I need to respect what is going on and what the charts are telling me. And it's very obvious. You don't even need to respect technical analysis to understand of like, hey, we are at a level that we are struggling to break above. And we've done that 3 times. We finally got rejected. Market is selling off after the interest rate hike from the Federal Reserve. They're scared of future interest rate hikes, and the Federal Reserve offering more interest rate hikes than originally was expected. But if I actually think about what is going on, inflation is actually going down. The Federal Reserve is being less aggressive. Those are positive. That's progress. Inflation is not where we want it to be, nor are these interest rate hikes. But we are showing progress in comparison to these previous rallies when the markets were actually going up for no apparent reason, right? There's actually a reason on why I can see this transition happening. Again, this is 100% my opinion. If I'm wrong, I am wrong. And this is why I only have a $20,000 position size in TQQQ. If I'm day trading, I'm going to add more to it. But when it comes down to my swing trade, I only want to hold a position overnight that I'm comfortable enough with. And with where we're at right now, based off of how oversold we are, based off of previous patterns, let me explain to you why. It's what we call within our Learn Plan Profit group risk to reward ratios. We call them golden ratios, right? And everyone has a different one. If you're more conservative, you probably want a higher golden ratio, meaning that you probably want more upside versus your downside. That's always probably encouraged for beginners. If you're someone that's a little bit more aggressive, maybe your ratios can be a little bit closer to a 2-to-1 ratio, 2% upside versus 1% downside, or 3% upside versus 1% downside. You guys get the point. Everyone has a different intent and approach with the market. Based off of previous patterns, this thing offers around 33% ROI. In a perfect world, trust me, I understand there's no such thing as a perfect trade. Trust me, I get that. In comparison to my downside risk, yeah, it's an 8% downside, right? So we offer 33% upside versus an 8% downside. I have a light position right now. So even if I do experience that 8%, that is 8% loss with a $20,000 position. For those that are part of my Learn Plan Profit group, you guys know that I trade sometimes with over $500,000. This is literally less than a 10% position. So with a very light position for my style of trading, I can tolerate an 8%. Now, will I actually hold this for an entire 8%? Most likely not, right? But I can tolerate. And remember, that's always what we talk about. Be able to put yourself in a position that even at worst case scenario, you're effective, that you're controlled, right? The upside is very attractive for me. The downside is something that I have to respect, especially when market direction is still bearish. So how am I respecting the downside and the current direction? By taking a position early, by managing my position size, right? Let's say that you trade with $1,000. That's like you buying in and buying, 2 shares of TQQQ. You're buying less than 10%. That's the idea that I want to share with you. I do not need you to agree with me. I don't want you to copy what it is that I'm doing. I'm explaining to you that a way to manage your risk is by managing your position size. You should never be afraid to take advantage of an opportunity. You should just do it in a more calculated way, right? There's no such thing as a perfect entry. There's no such thing as a perfect exit. The idea is to get in and get out when it makes sense to you. And in my opinion, I want to begin to prepare now for a market recovery, not because I need it to recover anytime soon, right? Because if I needed it, I would be in with over $500,000, right? But as of right now, as you can see, $20,000. So I'm excited to follow up. If the market continues to be red, then again, I have a $20,000 position in TQs. Even if it experiences a 10% loss, that's a $2,000 red day. I mean, I had one of those last week and had a much larger position size, right? I can tolerate worst case scenario, and that's the best feeling because I feel in control. And if you ever feel not in control, if you always feel like you're biting more than you can chew, then again, the principle and the concept that I'm trying to share within this video is a way to manage risk is by managing your position size. And that's all, right? I want to give a huge shout out to one of our Learn Plan Profit traders. His name is Donnie, and today he shared his biggest month trading. So he's relatively a little bit of a newer trader within our LPP team. He had a little bit over of a $5,000 gain in the past month of trading, and he made a majority of that with the Bear Triple Leverage ETF for the S&P 500, which is SPXS. It's a bear ETF that goes up 3 times when the S&P 500 market goes down. It's pretty much the SQQQ for SPY. And I actually just spoke to him right now, and one of the things that, he also shared his biggest day, which was today, and it was a $1,600 day. I wanted to make sure that I can, share his side of things. I was even maybe thinking of I don't know if you guys would appreciate it, but maybe I can jump on a call with him and have him on the YouTube channel and have him share some of his tips that have led to his success, right? You guys always hear about my tips and my suggestions, but maybe you guys would like to hear some tips from someone that's a little bit newer to the game, right? Obviously, he's doing well. And one of the things that he shared is that he simply began to try to act differently in comparison to the overall market. And the second thing is entering more swing trades. And the idea behind that is instead of always trying to feel like you have to make impulsive decisions day to day, have you ever looked back and been like, man, if I would have just given myself more time, this trade would have played out exactly according to plan, right? And that's where swing trading comes in, right? But you have to manage your position size and you have to be calculated, right, with your entries and with your exits. And touching on the first subject of him trying to think differently in comparison to majority of the market, often when the market is overbought and people think and want it to continue to go up, he begins to switch his intention with the market. When he sees that too many people are bullish, he begins to transition into bearish and then actually waiting for confirmation to short the market. So he's not afraid to get out early in preparation for a reversal as he begins to see too many people are hoping for the market to continue to rally, and that's too much of a concern for him. So he's pretty much trying to do the opposite of what most of the market is doing, and obviously it's been paying off for him. So again, a huge shout out to Donnie. Let me know in the comment section. You guys can drop a thumbs up or let me know in the comment section if you guys would like me to have him on the channel, and I'd be more than happy to do so. So I really do appreciate you guys' time. I hope that I earned your thumbs up. Friendly reminder, again, if you guys want to be able to watch me trade live every single day, just like Donnie, again, he's part of our Learn Plan Profit group. I only work with one group. And again, I'm not here to convince you to join. If you're not ready for it, or if you don't feel like you're ready to make that decision, then don't, right? You can continue to watch my videos on YouTube. But if you like the way that I break things down, if you like my style of trading, if you want to learn more about it, click the second link in the description, learn a little bit more about my Learn Plan Profit Group, and see if it's a good fit for you. If so, again, we are running one of our biggest discounts. And again, that's that second link in the description. And if you sign up by tonight, then again, you can watch me trade live as soon as tomorrow. It's one-time payment, lifetime access. And again, if you have any questions, shoot me a direct message via Discord. And that's that first link in the description. I really do appreciate you guys' time. Friendly reminder, we did announce the giveaway winner on our TechBuds Apparel Instagram. So if you bought anything from shoptechbuds.com, which is the fourth link in the description, should try to see if you won, because we announced the giveaway winner, and I'm excited to ship out the new DJI drone. So we are starting a new giveaway this week, and it's going to be an iPad and a PS5 or a PS5, right? So those are one of the giveaway prizes that are set to be given away by next week. And again, all you have to do is, for every $1 you spend, it equals 5 automatic entries. And if you want to learn more about it, that's that fourth link down below. I appreciate your time. Like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.